Welcome back to the Weightlifting.Ai series. I do apologize if I sound a bit congested and a bit sleepy. I did take some nighttime medicine to help with some of the ear congestion that I'm dealing with. Not really so much nasal congestion or a lot of issues with my throat, but now I kind of have a weird plugginess in my ears. But I'm getting through it. I trained normally today. It's just kind of annoying to deal with, but thankfully I think I'm getting a little bit better and better each day. I don't really feel any of the cognitive effects. I mostly am just kind of plugged up, at least in my ears. Anywho, this session was supposed to be done on Friday. I decided to move it, or to try it again on Saturday for a variety of reasons. So on Friday I was still a little sick, but not anything that was going to impact me, my ability to train hard on that day. I most likely wasn't going to have a great session just because it was a deload week, so I hadn't been touching heavy weights throughout the week. So the chances of me hitting crazy good numbers were probably not going to be the most likely thing, but I still wanted to push to a 120 snatch and at least attempt, more than 150 in the clean and jerk. On the Friday, I had to get between a couple of students, and my thumb got hyperextended during the course of that, and that's pretty, I don't want to say severely impacted my Friday session, but it did have a pretty big impact because I felt pretty tired. I wasn't really that motivated, and my thumb also hurt, which had a pretty big impact on the hook grip. As I was getting up to the 120, I missed it twice. Actually, I missed a lot of snatches on the day because I was trying to snatch without straps on because it was Big Friday, and that's one of the things I try to do is make it similar to a competition. But when I got up to those heavier weights, I noticed on the video that my bar was dipping on the left side where the thumb was hyperextended. So I was like, yeah, there's just no chance. And I just wasn't feeling it. And I stopped after snatching, and I wasn't in the mood to keep lifting, especially with how my thumb was starting to feel and had been feeling. It was just not a ton of pain. I would say probably like a dull ache. So I don't know, like a 5 or 6 out of 10, depending on how I moved it. But it never got worse than that, so it was probably even less than that, probably actually like a 4 out of 10. But I did the session again on Saturday, had a much better time. I still wasn't 100% recovered or peaked or anything crazy like that, like I was in the last week where I hit the PR total, but I was still able to get up to 125 snatch and miss 130 twice. And then clean and jerks, I think one of the impacts of the illness was the lack of appetite that I had because I had lost a couple pounds. I was 230 pounds, so what's it, just under 105 kilos at night, and I had just eaten a lot. So after this training session, I weighed myself before I went to bed, and I had eaten a ton of food, and then I weighed myself, and I was like just under 105, which means that I was probably closer to like 227 or 220, and I was in clothes. So I was like, yeah, I certainly had not been eating this week, which tends to have more of an impact on clean and jerks than on snatches. That, along with just not touching heavy weights this week too much, definitely had that impact on those. And when I got to the 150, I just didn't even attempt it because I was just gassed at that point. But I was still happy I hit the 140. Happy I was able to get up to the ugly 125 and just kind of come back and just have a much better session than I had on the Friday. I don't have the clips from that day because I just deleted them all because I was annoyed at that session, but I was happy to kind of come back and at least end this week on a positive note. I will say I then tried to train on Sunday and my ear was all plugged up again, so it like hurt, so I didn't train on Sunday. But thankfully, future me from this video, so the next workout after this one, which will be, I don't know when it'll be posted this week, but it was the Monday workout, went really well, and despite my ear still being kind of plugged, I had a pretty normal session. So hopefully that means the illness is kind of on the way out. I don't really feel too sick. I have a bit of a cough and my throat is a bit sore, but my nasal cavity isn't really that congested. I don't have a stuffy nose or anything, but my ears are plugged, so I'm guessing there is some congestion that I'm trying to get out. So hopefully when I wake up on Tuesday, I do feel a bit better, but I will say my Monday session went well. So hopefully the illness is fully getting itself out. But anywho, that's it for now. Talk to you all on the next one, and have a great day. Peace.